Hey everybody, Doug with Black River Hybrids here. Just another day in the life at Black River Hybrids. I've got a 2012 Toyota Prius, 196,000 miles came in for a head gasket, and we were not sure if they had any internal engine damage or bent rods or anything like that. I went to drain the oil, and I found that the oil came out very liquidy and with a little bit of a red tint to it. And so what that indicates is that there's coolant getting past the piston rings into the crankcase. So two things have to happen in order for that to get coolant into your oil. One, you have to have a blown head gasket, which this head gasket was blown on cylinder one. And two, you have to have really bad rings or a bent rod. And this is what I'm going to guess is going on here. So this is cylinder one, which is the one that was blown. And you can see right along this edge here, this gap is much wider than the gap over here along the cylinder wall. That's quite a bit wider than you want it to be. And you can also see that the piston is sitting kind of down, the top of the piston is below this rim here versus on cylinder four, the top of the piston just slightly comes up over this rim here. Um, so right here, there's quite a bit of purchase to grab this here. And so what it tells you is that the piston is kind of bent to the right. If I was to pull that rod out there, pull this piston out, the rod would be slightly tweaked. It's not terrible. Um, if this was my car, I might actually put it back together and drive it because you just got to keep adding oil to it. But since it's a customer's car, we're going to replace it with a JDM motor, which should be hopefully coming in tomorrow. Anyway, that's that. So we'll see how this motor comes out. Sure, I got a little bit of a bigger breaker bar now in case I have that same problem trying to get the motor broken away from the bell housing. It's like the last video I was showing you guys. That one finally got done. And the other thing that this car had was a giant mouse nest that was sitting up on the windshield wiper cowl over there. And also we found that there was mouse shoes on the cabin air filter. And once they get into the cowl, they get into this gigantic hole here, and then they get into your venting system, and they can get into your car and then into your seats. So this is going to get a screen. I have a hardware cloth, quarter-inch hardware cloth that I'm going to fashion and seal, put stainless steel self-tappers in there, and then I'm going to seal it with silicone all the way around. So even if the mice get into the cowl, which they probably will, they're not going to get into the car from that spot anyway. So anyway, that's that one. I'll keep you guys posted with some pictures on how this one ends up. Thanks for watching.